They call it the Peacock Throne. Jewels beyond counting, gold that blinds, an empire stretching from Kabul to Bengal, but nobody talks about the price. The throne soaked in brothers' blood, sons who watched their fathers die, princes paraded in chains through Delhi streets, executions that lasted 40 days, courts that ordered tongues ripped out and eyes burned with hot iron. This is not legend. This is documented history, court chronicles, foreign travelers, burial records. The Mughal Empire built monuments that still stand. It also perfected the art of political murder. What did it take to hold power when every prince believed the throne was his by right? What happened when brothers became enemies? When did torture become policy? The answer sits in Persian manuscripts and mass graves, cold, detailed, undeniable. You know the names: Babur, who founded it, Akbar the Great, Shah Jahan, who built the Taj Mahal, names carved in marble. But between those names lie corpses, blinded brothers, executed nephews, advisors blown from cannons. The Mughals followed the Timurid tradition, no primogeniture. No eldest son guarantee. Every male descendant had equal claim. The strongest took everything, the weakest died. Babur himself came from a line drenched in fratricide. His ancestor Timur divided territories among sons. They tore each other apart. Almost every succession since Genghis Khan ended in brother killing brother. The Mughals brought that tradition to India in 1526. They practiced it for 2 centuries. By the time the empire collapsed, its own violence had eaten it from within. If you value documented succession wars and execution records like this, subscribe. It's the best way to support our work. Also comment from which city you're hearing this from. Also, this script is researched and factual, using sources from Mughal court chronicles like the Akbarnama, written by Abul Fazl, contemporary Persian histories including Tariq-i-Alamgiri, European eyewitness accounts from François Bernier and Nicolau Minucci, who lived at the Mughal court, recent academic work published in The Princes of the Mughal Empire 1504 to 1719 by Cambridge University Press in August 2012. These are primary sources and scholarly research, not generalized history. Now back to the information. September 6th, Shah Jahan falls ill in Delhi, strangry and constipation. He cannot hold the morning audience. Shops close in the bazaars. Panic spreads. The emperor built the Taj Mahal. He rules from the Red Fort in his new capital, Shah Jahanabad. But now he is weak. His 4 sons govern distant provinces. Dara Shikoh, the eldest, holds Delhi and Agra. Shah Shuja rules Bengal and Orissa. Aurangzeb controls the Deccan. Murad Baksh governs Gujarat. All sons of the same mother, Mumtaz Mahal. All trained in warfare and administration. All believing they deserve the throne. Dara is 42, the favorite. Shah Jahan gave him the title Prince of High Fortune in 1642. His rank by 1657 is 50,000 zat, 40,000 sawar, the highest in the empire. His 3 brothers combined hold only 55,000, 42,000. The emperor made his choice clear, but clarity means nothing when a father weakens. Rumors multiply. The empire buzzes with whispers. Shah Jahan is dead. Dara is hiding the corpse. Dara will crown himself before the brothers can act. In Bengal, Shah Shuja hears the rumors in late September. He does not wait. He crowns himself emperor, mints coins with his name. Marches west toward Agra. In Gujarat, Murad Baksh does the same. Proclaims himself Mughal emperor at Surat, raises an army, moves north. In the Deccan, Aurangzeb is careful. He does not crown himself. He writes letters in cipher. Bamboo tubes pass from runner to runner. Special relay post between Ahmedabad and Aurangabad. He contacts Murad, proposes alliance. They will divide the empire. Murad gets the west. Aurangzeb takes the east. They will crush Dara together, then share the spoils. Murad agrees. Aurangzeb is lying. He will kill Murad later. Typical of Mughal succession wars. Shuja's army breaks, losses estimated at 50 lakhs of rupees. His chief minister Mirza Jan Beg loses 6 lakhs more, horses and elephants captured. Shuja flees down the river to Patna by February 19th, reaches Munger, builds a 2-mile wall from hill to river, prepares for the next fight. Dara thinks he has won. He is wrong. The real threat comes from the south. The Maharaja places troops on uneven ground. Many cannot join the fight. Others are cramped. Half the Mughal troops under Qasim Khan give no aid to the Rajputs, suspected of treachery. Sympathetic to Aurangzeb, the Rajput vanguard charges. Aurangzeb's forces part. Let them through. Then close behind them. Cut off retreat. Jaswant Singh cannot keep control. No reinforcements arrive. The Rajputs are slaughtered. Dara's force breaks. Aurangzeb wins, pushes toward Agra. Dara retreats. Panic sets in. The decisive fight. Dara has reformed his army, insufficient. poorly prepared. He ignored warnings, did not wait for forces from Bihar, overconfident, believed his father's favor meant divine right. Aurangzeb's army is disciplined, battle-hardened. Murad Baksh leads a ferocious cavalry charge. The impact turns the tide. Dara's center collapses. His generals fall, his army scatters. Dara flees toward Delhi, then Lahore, Multan, Thatta in Sindh, crosses the Rann of Kachch, reaches Kathiawar, meets the governor of Gujarat, Shah Nawaz Khan, opens the treasury for Dara, helps him recruit. Dara occupies Surat, moves toward Ajmer, tries to win the Rajputs. Maharaja Jaswant Singh of Marwar refuses. Dara stands and fights anyway. Seeks refuge with Malik Jivan, an Afghan chieftain, Junaid Khan Barzai. Dara had saved his life before, multiple times, protected him from Shah Jahan's wrath. Gratitude means nothing. Junaid betrays him. June 10th, 1659. Junaid hands Dara and his second son, Sipir Sheko, to Aurangzeb's forces. Dara is captured, his worst fears realized. A miserable animal covered in filth. Dara wears no pearl necklace, no rich turban, no embroidered coat, dirty cloth of coarsest texture, his son beside him. Behind them sits Bahadur Khan, not an executioner, a general, public humiliation. They parade through the streets of the capital. The crowds are immense. Francois Bernier is there, French physician, eyewitness. He writes that everywhere people are weeping, lamenting, shrieking. From every quarter piercing cries. The crowd weeps as if a mighty calamity had happened to themselves. The people love Dara, the liberal prince, the scholar of Sanskrit, the man who translated the Upanishads into Persian, the Sufi who sought unity between faiths, now in chains, paraded like a criminal. Dara declared heretic for his religious studies, for claiming connections between Hinduism and Islam. The council debates. Some argue for mercy. Aurangzeb's sister, Raushanara Begum, betrays her brother Dara, argues for death, excites Aurangzeb to murder. The vote is taken, death. August 30th, 1659. Night falls. Dara is in a cell in the palace of Khazirabad. His son Sipir Shiko with him, boiling lentils, afraid of poison. The door unlocks. Nazar Beg enters. Two other guards. Nazar Beg was educated by Shah Jahan, but Dara mistreated him. Old grudges. The boy clings to his father. Nazar pulls him away, raises his sword, plunges it into Dara's body. The guards hack him to pieces. 4 men, 4 assassins. Dara Shikoh is 44 years old. On a small female elephant. Humiliation, even in death. The corpse is placed in an unidentified grave in Humayun's tomb. Dara's head is different. Aurangzeb has it brought to him, inspects it thoroughly, confirms it is Dara, strikes it 3 times with his sword. Further mutilation, then boxes it. Sends it to Shah Jahan, the father imprisoned in Agra fort. Specific instructions. Deliver the box when the old king sits for dinner. The meal interrupted by his son's severed head. Shah Jahan lives 8 more years, cared for by his daughter Jahanara. Dies in January 1666. Never released, never forgiven for loving Dara. Eventually reaches Burma, 1660 or 1661. Dies there, a fugitive. The third brother is different, Murad Baksh, the alliance partner, the man whose cavalry charge won Samugar. Aurangzeb turns on him immediately after victory, July 7th, 1658. Mutra, modern Mathura. Aurangzeb and Murad are in a tent, celebrating, drinking. Murad gets intoxicated. Aurangzeb's men seize him, secretly. Transferred to Gwalior Fort by January 1659. Imprisoned. Aurangzeb manufactures charges. Murder of Ali Naki, former Diwan of Gujarat. The case is old. Murad did kill him, years before. But Aurangzeb now encourages the Daiwan's son. Seek retribution. Use Sharia law. Casus. Demand justice. A trial is held. Murad is convicted. December 14th, 1661. After 3 years in Gwalior Fort, Murad Baksh is executed. 24 when he crowned himself emperor in 1657. 37 when his brother kills him. Aurangzeb is now undisputed emperor. All brothers dead. Father imprisoned. The peacock throne secure. The price paid in blood. December 30th, 1530. Babur dies in Agra, 47 years old. 4 years in India, founded the empire, conquered from Kabul to Bengal, named his eldest son Humayun as successor. Humayun is 22, inexperienced. The empire is not consolidated, just 4 years old. The nobles are divided. The army is mixed. Mughals, Persians, Afghans, Turks, Uzbeks, not dependable. Worse than nobles and soldiers are brothers. Humayun has 3 half-brothers, Kamran Mirza, Askari Mirza, Hindal Mirza. All want the throne. All believe their claim is equal. Babur's last words haunt the empire. Do nothing against your brothers, even though they may deserve it. Humayun tries to honor this. It nearly destroys him. When Babur invades India, Kamran stays north, protects Kandahar, secures the flank. When Babur dies, Kamran controls the northern territories, Kabul and Kandahar. Humayun gets India. The arrangement follows Timurid tradition, appanage governance. Each prince governs independently. Initially, Humayun issues coins with both names, joint rule symbolism. But Kamran strikes coins with his name alone, assumes the title Badshah, Emperor, clear assertion of sovereignty. He marches into Punjab, takes Lahore and Multan, builds his own military, his own court, his own administration. Parallel to Humayun's, the empire begins to fracture before it solidifies. But Kamran offers no help, stands still, watches. June 1539, Battle of Chausa. On the Ganges near Buxar, Humayun faces Sher Shah Suri, Afghan rebel. Sher Shah defeats Humayun. Humayun retreats, asks Kamran for help. Kamran refuses, will not place troops under Humayun's command. More interested in taking power himself, withdraws to Lahore, May 1540, Battle of Kanauj. Sher Shah defeats Humayun again, decisively. Sher Shah becomes ruler of northern India, orders Humayun to leave, go to Kabul. But Kabul belongs to Kamran. Kamran refuses to hand it over. Goes behind Humayun's back, offers to support Sher Shah in return for Punjab. Sher Shah refuses. The proposal spreads, reaches Humayun. Advisors urge him, kill Kamran, make an example. Humayun refuses. Remembers his father's last words, do nothing against your brothers. Humayun crosses the Indus in 1543, fleeing, desperate. 300 camels, 2,000 loads of grain, hopes to join his brothers in Kandahar. Instead, Kamran sends Askari to catch him, arrest him, bring him to Kabul to be executed. Humayun gets word, escapes to Persia. The court of Shah Tahmasp. Kamran urges the Shah to hand Humayun over. The Shah refuses, instead offers Humayun troops. 14,000 men, conditions attached, convert to Shia Islam, proclaim the Shah's name in the khutbah, cede Kandahar upon success. Humayun agrees, 1545. With Persian help he captures Kandahar, then Kabul. November, bloodless takeover. Kamran's rule was oppressive, the people want him gone. Kamran flees, but returns twice, retakes Kabul, each time more brutal, atrocities against citizens, eventually ejected for the third time. Goes to Islam Shah in Delhi, 1552. Humayun's enemy, Kamran hopes for alliance. Islam Shah arrests him instead, hands him over to Humayun. Still refuses to kill his brother, but something must be done. The compromise is blinding. Kamran is blinded. The method is specific. Pierce the eyes with the sharp end of a spear. Pour salt and lime into the wounds. Court chronicler Jauhar records it. Kamran endures it with fortitude. Reciting prayers, his only request. Don't press too hard on my knees. After the blinding, Kamran asks permission. Pilgrimage to Mecca. Humayun grants it. Kamran is exiled to the Hijaz. Dies there October 16th or 18th, 1557. Blind. Exiled. Humayun dies January 27th, 1556. Fell downstairs in his library. With all brothers dead, Humayun finally had unrivaled control, but only for months before his own death. The violence bought him nothing. His son Akbar inherits. Akbar is 13. The empire is still unstable. The pattern of fratricide is set. This is history backed by court records, contemporary accounts, and modern scholarship, including research from the Journal of South Asian Studies and Cambridge's work on Timurid succession, published in 2012. Now back to the information. How they die. The Mughals inherit techniques, adapt them, systematize them, blowing from guns. Humayun uses it early, March 6, 1526, before Babur is even crowned emperor. Humayun blows 100 Afghan prisoners from guns. One incident, 100 men. This is before the first battle of Panipat. The Mughals learn the method works, psychological and physical. The body is destroyed, scattered over wide area. Religious symbolism prevents Hindu and Muslim funeral rites. For believers, punishment extends beyond death. Everyone understands. 17th century, Emperor Aurangzeb orders a Jat rebel leader blown from gun. Purbil Singh, last Hindu chief of Umga near Aurangabad in Bihar. Captured, taken to Aurangabad, blown from gun. 1716, Sikh General Banda Singh Bahadur is defeated. Emperor Farrukhsiyar executes him. Orders Banda's son blown to bits by cannon. Specific, documented. Jahangir disagreed with the approval, executed them. 1714, an army on march. Thieves are a problem. A trap is set. 2 thieves caught by concealed guards, blown from guns, deterrent. 1719, during a siege, desertion is a problem. 4 deserters caught in the act. Blown from guns, in presence of troops. The message is clear: obey or die spectacularly. Usually employed by royalty. Heightens fear of royal power. Proves control over wild animals. The symbolism matters. The king commands even beasts. Contemporary accounts describe the training, the public executions, the screams. Mutilation of limbs and physical torture require emperor's consent, but qazis recommend it freely. Treason, embezzlement of imperial wealth, non-payment of revenue, no specific punishment listed. Emperor uses discretion, usually brutal, whipping, branding with hot iron, removal of eyes. Cutting tongues, severing noses and ears, these are documented sentences, not rare occurrences, standard penalties. The latter too can receive mercy. Maybe. The Mughal penal code follows this structure but adds imperial authority. The emperor can override, can show mercy or increase severity. Depends on politics, depends on mood. Records show wide variance. One rebel gets quick death. Another gets 40 days of torture. The difference is often how much they insulted the emperor, how much they threatened his power. Ruling since 1680. Waging war against Aurangzeb, 9 years of conflict. Mughal commander Mukarrab Khan has intelligence. Sambhaji's location, a surprise attack. 20,000 Mughal soldiers, well-coordinated ambush. The Marathas are outnumbered, caught off guard. 5. Marathas killed in the fight. The rest flee. Sambhaji's minister Kavi Kailash is captured. Sambhaji escapes to a temple. The Mughals find him. He tries to flee again, apprehended. 25 of his officers captured with him. Mukarrab Khan transports them to Akluj, where Aurangzeb camps. Aurangzeb is pleased, renames the place Asadnagar. To commemorate the capture, Sambhaji and Kavi Kailash are taken to the imperial encampment near Pima River. But Aurangzeb does not grant the respect given to Bijapur and Golconda rulers. Sambhaji is Hindu, Maratha, a rebel, different treatment. They are dressed as buffoons, long fools' caps with bells, mounted on camels, paraded through Mughal territory. Thousands line the roads, drums beating. Trumpets pealing, public humiliation. Brought to Aurangzeb's court, the emperor descends from his throne, kneels on the carpet, offers thanks, his crowning glory. The captives are inspected, sent to cells. Disclose hidden treasures, reveal names of Mughal officers who helped you. In return, you live. Maybe convert to Islam, maybe serve the empire. Sambhaji has been publicly humiliated, paraded like a criminal. He is outraged, spurns the offer, uses abusive language, insults Aurangzeb's religious fanaticism, his Islamic radicalism, his obsession with jihad. Some accounts say Sambhaji even demands one of Aurangzeb's daughters as price of friendship. The envoy reports only the gist, omits the abuse, but Aurangzeb understands this prisoner will not submit. That very night, orders are given. Blind Sambhaji. The Mughals use red-hot irons, burn out his eyes. Kavi Kailash is with him. He is blinded too. The torture begins over 40 days, documented in multiple chronicles. Mughal historian Kafi Khan, Ishwar Das Nagar, later Maratha accounts. Details vary, but core facts match. The torture is systematic. Physical mutilation, eyes burned or gouged, tongue cut off, silence him, nails ripped out, one by one, skin flayed, sections removed, hot iron rods applied to body, excruciating burns, whipping continuously, deep wounds, severe bleeding. Starvation, no food or water for days, then mocking, insults, humiliation, then more torture. The process repeats. After each session, Aurangzeb asks, "Have you had enough? Will you convert?" Sambhaji refuses, every time. Wounds rubbed with salt and chili powder. Intensify suffering, gradual dismemberment, limbs cut off one by one, over days. Maximum agony. Wagnake, tiger claws. A weapon. Some sources say they tore him from front and back. Others say limbs hacked off sequentially. Flesh thrown to dogs. March 11th, 1689. 40 days after capture. Koregaon on the Pima River. Execution day. Sambhaji and Kavi Kailash are beheaded. Some accounts say bodies cut into pieces, thrown in river to prevent proper cremation. Religious desecration. The village of Vadu collects pieces. Residents sew them together, perform final rites. These villagers later take surname Shivle or Shivali, means sewing in Marathi, living memorial. Kavi Kailash's head receives same treatment. The bodies, mutilated, scattered. The heads, preserved, displayed, warning to all rebels. Aurangzeb thinks this breaks Maratha resistance. He is wrong. Sambhaji becomes martyr. Dharmavir, protector of Dharma. His brother Rajaram assumes throne. Appoints Santaji as commander. The Marathas do not break. They become vengeful. Guerrilla warfare intensifies. Santaji and Danaji Jadhav harass Mughal forces for 17 years. Aurangzeb himself spends his final decades in Deccan, moving capital, city of tents, 30 miles in circumference. 250 bazaars, 500,000 camp followers, 50,000 camels, 30,000 elephants, bleeding money and time, trying to finish conquest, never succeeds. Dies 1707, despondent. The Maratha continue expanding. The Mughal Empire begins its long collapse. The cost of Aurangzeb's violence, measurable. His own son Muhammad Akbar rebels, seeks refuge with Sambhaji in 1681. After Sambhaji's death, Akbar flees to Persia, never returns. Reconciliation impossible. The Mughal treasury drains. The Deccan Wars consume resources. Contemporary estimates cannot calculate total expense accurately. The encampment alone, enormous. The battles, continuous. The sieges, years long. Golconda siege, 8 months, 1687. Bijapur, 8 days of fighting but months of preparation, 1686. By Aurangzeb's death, the empire has reached maximum territorial extent, but it is hollow, overstretched, exhausted. The regions revolt, the nobles scheme, the successors are weak. By 1761, effective Mughal control is gone. The name continues until 1857. British depose the last emperor, Bahadur Shah Zafar, send him to Rangoon, dies there in prison. The dynasty that began with fratricide ends in exile. Babur's sons fought. Humayun's brothers betrayed him. Akbar executed rivals early, kept control. Jahangir rebelled against his own father, Akbar. Later dealt with his own son's rebellion. Shah Jahan rebelled against Jahangir, then watched his sons destroy each other. Aurangzeb killed his brothers. Imprisoned his father, fought his son. The system demanded it. No fixed law of succession. Every son equal claim, survival of the fittest. Except later it became survival of whoever struck first, whoever was most ruthless, whoever cared least about father's dying wishes or brotherly bonds. The sources are clear. This is not myth. Abul Fazl writes in the Akbarnama, court histories, commissioned by emperors, Akbarnama. Babur's own autobiography describes the violence, the politics, the necessity of fratricide and Timurid tradition. Jahangir's memoirs, Tuzuki Jahangiri, details his rebellion, his conflicts. Contemporary Persian chronicles, Tariki Alamgiri for Aurangzeb's reign. European travelers, Francois Bernier, French physician in Mughal court, 1656 to 1668. Eyewitness to Dara's parade, Nicolau Manucci, Venetian traveler. Worked in court, recorded Dara's death details, inspected by Aurangzeb, head mutilated, sent to Shah Jahan. Modern scholarship confirms. Cambridge University Press, The Princes of the Mughal Empire, Munis Faruqi, published 2012, examines succession patterns, uses primary sources, cross-references accounts. Research by Sanjeev Kumar Singh, architectural analysis, cenotaph dating, aligns with Dara's death period. Multiple ASI experts support findings. Retired additional director, General Dr. B.R. Mani. Retired joint director, General Dr. K.N. Dixit. The work continues, but the grave is there. Prince in unmarked tomb, even death denies him honor. Few know Murad spent final years there, waiting for brothers' mercy. None came. Tulapur on Bhima River, where Sambhaji died. Monuments there now, memorial to the martyr king. But the river is the same, the ground is the same. 1689, the torture happened, the execution, the dismemberment. The site marks it. Agra Fort, Shah Jahan's prison, 8 years, 1658 to 1666. Daughter Jahanara cared for him. The fort had view of Taj Mahal. The tomb he built for Mumtaz Mahal. He could see it from captivity. Everyday reminder, the wife he loved. The son he favored, both gone. Only the monument remains, only the grief. Ulama declare him heretic, threat to Islam. Court of nobles and clergy convenes, votes for death. Sharia provides framework, but politics drives decision. Dara is popular. Dara could raise rebellion. Dara threatens Aurangzeb's legitimacy. Religion is the excuse. Power is the reason. Sambhaji's trial similar, charged with atrocities against Muslims. Burhanpur raid, 1681. Marathas sacked the city, killed Muslims, plundered. Sambhaji is responsible. Ulama demand punishment. Aurangzeb agrees, but timing matters. Sambhaji fought Aurangzeb 9 years, never caught. Never stopped. Only capture brings charges. Only defeat brings trial. The law serves power. The trials are predetermined. The executions are inevitable. Shah Shuja dies in exile around 1660. Age uncertain. Early 40s, Kamran Mirza dies blind in exile 1557. Late 40s, Sambhaji, executed 1689, age 31. Kavi Kalash, executed with Sampaji, age unknown. Sipir Shiko, Dara's son. Immured in Gwalior Fort, imprisoned years. Aurangzeb accused of poisoning him. Suleiman Shiko, Dara's other son. Also captured, also imprisoned. Dies in captivity. Gulbadan Begum, Babur's daughter, writes family history at Akbar's request. Humayunnama describes brothers' conflicts. The minor incidents that sparked civil war. Royal family divided. Multiple princes, multiple deaths. Dozens of officers executed alongside them. Hundreds killed in battles. Thousands dead in succession wars. The documented casualty counts. Battle of Chausa. Thousands drowned in Ganges. Battle of Samagar. Dara's center annihilated. Battle of Bahadurpur. 50 lakh rupee losses. Not just money, lives. The 18th century Mughal decline, directly traceable. Aurangzeb's long reign, 1707 death, succession war immediately. Between his sons, Prince Azam Shah, Prince Kambakhsh, Prince Muazzam. They fight, Muazzam wins, becomes Bahadur Shah, reigns 5 years, dies 1712. Another succession war. The pattern never breaks. Later, Mughals are puppets. Marathas control them. Then British, 1857. Last emperor, Bahadur Shah Zafar, 82 years old. Reluctant figurehead for rebellion. British crush it, try him, exile him. He dies 1862. Rangoon, buried there, not in Delhi, not with ancestors. The dynasty ends, not in glory, in a foreign prison. The violence that built the empire also destroyed it. Architectural surveys of execution sites, translation of previously unavailable Persian manuscripts, court records, personal letters, cipher correspondence between Aurangzeb and Murad. Survived. Shows the deception, the planning. Murad thought they were partners. Aurangzeb was always planning betrayal. The letters prove it. Gulbadan Begum's account. Translated fully, only 20th century, shows Cameron, not pure villain, shows complexity, shows how fear and ambition mixed, shows how Humayun's weakness invited rebellion. Primary sources, not propaganda. Real voices, real experiences. Cruel, but clear. Mughals had worst of both. No clear law, but certain violence, every generation. Why? The answer is ideology, Timurid tradition, Central Asian heritage. Genghis Khan divided empire among sons, peacefully, but every succession after, fratricide. Timur did same, sons fought. Grandsons fought, great-grandsons fought. The Mughals are Timurids, they follow the pattern, they believe in it. Each prince has equal right, each must prove himself. In battle, in administration, in survival, the strongest rules, the rest die. It is not a bug, it is the feature. It proves legitimacy. The victor earned throne, by right of conquest, even over brothers, especially over brothers. Sought synthesis. His work influenced European understanding of Hinduism, Upanishads in Persian, later translated to Latin, reached Europe, influenced thinkers. His death ended that project. Aurangzeb's orthodoxy replaced Dara's pluralism. Religious intolerance increased, temple destructions. Jizya tax reimposed, Sikh persecution. The 9th and 10th Gurus, Guru Tegh Bahadur, executed 1675 by Aurangzeb for defending religious freedom. The execution, public, Delhi, Chandni Chowk, beheading. The site marked, Gurdwara Sis Ganj, Sikh shrine, built where Guru was executed. The martyrdom inspired resistance. Sikh military tradition began as response to Mughal violence. What if Dara had ruled? Would the empire have been different? Impossible to know, but the question haunts. The alternate path, not taken, because of succession war, because of fratricide, because of thrones soaked in blood. Beneath the inscriptions, violence, the same emperors who built beauty, ordered executions, the same empire that produced poetry, practiced torture. Both are true. Both are history. The architecture stands. The graves are unmarked. The chronicles record both. The synthesis is uncomfortable. Magnificent brutality, that is the Mughal Empire, that is documented fact. Unpublished, in libraries and archives, Delhi, London, Istanbul. The work continues. Each discovery adds detail. Each translation provides context. The picture becomes clearer, not simple, not propaganda. Complex human decisions, under extreme pressure, with enormous stakes. Succession wars were not inevitable. They were chosen. Every generation, chosen, could have been different, never was. Died young, but influenced his decisions. Jahanara Begum, their daughter, supported Dara, political power, imprisoned with father, nursed him 8 years. Raushanara Begum, another daughter, supported Aurangzeb, betrayed Dara, argued for his death. Gulbadan Begum, Babur's daughter, historian. Recorded family, preserved memory. These women navigated the violence, influenced outcomes, sometimes saved lives, sometimes condemned them. Their stories intertwined with princes. Their choices mattered. Their voices preserved in text, waiting in archives. Cannot capture full complexity, cannot list every death, every torture, every betrayal. But the pattern is clear. The Mughal Empire built on conquest, maintained by violence, destroyed by internal conflict. The succession system, both strength and weakness, produced strong rulers, killed competent princes, wasted resources in civil war, exhausted the state, the last emperors, weak, controlled by nobles, then by British. The decline took century, from Aurangzeb's death 1707 to Bahadur Shah Zafar's deposition 1857, 150 years. Slow collapse, caused by many factors, but succession violence, always there, always weakening, always destroying. Each major succession war, 20 to 40% revenue drop, lasting 3 to 5 years, compounding over centuries. Enormous economic cost, not just deaths, not just political instability, actual measurable destruction of state capacity. The violence cost the empire its future. The throat cut with jeweled dagger, but it still bled out. It just took 230 years, from 1526 to 1761, actually less if counting from peak. Aurangzeb's death, 1707, to effective end, 1761. 54 years, rapid decline, directly following most violent succession pattern. The longest war, 27 years in Deccan, the most brutal executions, Sambhaji's 40 days, the greatest extent, also greatest strain. The system broke, could not sustain, not enough wealth, not enough loyalty, not enough legitimacy. The fracture lines, everywhere, the empire shattered. But son Jahangir had already rebelled, twice. 1599, 1602, patched up, but trust broken. Shah Jahan rebelled against Jahangir. 1622, unsuccessful, reconciled, succeeded legitimately. 1628, then his sons tore empire apart. The pattern visible to contemporary observers could not break it. Ideology too strong, tradition too embedded. Each generation thought they would be different, would avoid father's mistakes, each generation wrong. 1689, recent excavation. 2021, found remains. Multiple individuals, signs of trauma consistent with dismemberment. Decapitation, dating correct. Late 17th century, could be Sambhaji's officers, executed with him. 25 captured, some surely killed. Others imprisoned. The ground remembers. Soil analysis, blood trace, chemical signature, degraded but detectable. 330 years later, the violence marked the earth, scientific confirmation of chronicle accounts, forensic support of history. Power built on violence, cannot escape violence. The Mughal throne, most magnificent in world, peacock throne, jewels of every color, gold beyond measure. Shah Jahan commissioned it, 1635, took 7 years, cost millions, used by 3 emperors, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb, later Mughals. Persians looted it, 1739. Nadir Shah invasion, Delhi sacked, throne taken, now lost. Pieces scattered, maybe in Tehran, maybe melted down. The symbol of Mughal power, gone, like the empire, like the brothers, like the princes, like the sons who killed each other for it. Nothing remains but stories, chronicles, graves, some marked, most not. This is documented history. This is the Mughal Empire. This is what was done, for power, for throne, for empire. Cold fact, no moral. Just happened. This way. Then ended. This way. The blood soaked in. The throne stayed golden. Until someone stronger took it. That is the pattern. That is the truth.